Gotta get my comments.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Hogarth's Global Astrology. Know your planets, know yourself. And today we have a very special show for you all. So welcome to HoJoDaLe. As you guys know, I like to play around with the title of the show, and I always use the first two letters of my guests' names. So I kind of play with a combination, and of course, you know, I've come up today with HoJoDaLe. So
it works.
I know. Over here to my side, I have to point this way, but I want to go this way. So we have David here on the top area, on the top level from Tarot by the Bay. Diagonally across, I want to go this way, but I should be going this way. We have Johnie from Tarot's Apprentice. And of course, this evening we have Dr. Lena Rodriguez down under. The order was slightly different, and Lena was in a panic. She was like, why am I up here?
Yes, can't cope.
So this evening, so we've got a very special show ahead. I've got your questions here in advance, and I've been really careful with my planning today. So we're going to do our usual combination of one card pulls, but we're going to have, because some of the questions are so kind of consequential, we're going to have two full card pulls. We'll also have two Shakespeares today. Yep, you'll find out who those are in a minute. And I just want to quickly say as well at the top of the show, if you guys want to know more about Neo-Vedic astrology and all of that stuff, join me in Ibiza on 7th to the 10th of November 2025.
What if I could?
Oh, someone's vanished. He's gone. He'll be back. He'll be back. So there's that, and also as well important things to announce. So sadly, Ozzy Osbourne passed away. Did you guys know about this?
Sure did.
Yeah. They were kind of reflecting on his life, and I don't know, it felt a little bit sad actually. It felt a little bit sad. Let's see if he's back.
Yeah, sorry, my computer froze up and I was trying to do something to get it to unfreeze.
Not to worry, I just had to swap. And actually, it was this way. That was it. There we are. I just did.
And it's still freezing up on me. Let me jump off again, and I'll jump back on. My apologies.
All right, no problem. No problem. So yes, sadly we lost Ozzy Osbourne, but Lena and Johnie. I'm not sure if you guys know, but the man who is one of the architects, or basically one of the main commissioners of the Heritage Foundation, and one of the godfathers of Project 2025, Edwin Fulner, has also died. Did you know this?
No.
Yeah.
No,
So
you knew, Johnie.
It's very interesting, and as they say, these things normally come in threes. So
yeah. Who's the third? If I could just tell a very quick Ozzy Osbourne story. The band was given a new manager at some point. They were going to go on a tour, and the new manager came in and said, now, Ozzy, when you come on stage, we're going to release all these millions of bubbles, rainbow bubbles. And Ozzy Osbourne goes, bubbles? I'm the Prince of Darkness. I don't have bubbles.
Bless him. I may rest in peace. And yeah, quite a very interesting and extraordinary life. So, folks, shall we just dive in and unfold? So one card pulls at the start, and then we're saving some of the fold card pulls towards the end, and we're going to have two Shakespeares tonight as well. All right, so the first place that we're going is actually to Australia, Lena. We're joining you down here.
I'm barely awake. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know about this story here, and this is coming from Nick Minks, and she says, an algal bloom catastrophe has turned pristine South Australian waters toxic green and suffocated masses of marine life. Oh gosh,
Yeah, it's
pollution,
terrible.
isn't it? Which causes the blooms. Do the cards show if this will decimate sea life or if currents will be able to dissipate it to prevent an ecological disaster. So we'll do a 1-card pull. But Lena, can you give us some background on that? What's going on?
Yeah, we do get these algal blooms like Florida does and stuff. It's climate change and stuff. But this is very serious because it's very cold water. So it doesn't make sense on lots of levels where it's happening.
Oh, that is a concern.
Yeah, right. It's bad. And it's been described as an underwater bushfire.
Wow. Okay. Gosh, that really is a problem. All right, let's pull 1 card and let's see what's the energy of this algal bloom. Will it dissipate? All right. So, folks, when you're ready, and many of you are coming in. Thanks so much for everyone joining us. All right. After 3, are you ready, David?
I am. My computer's frozen again, so I'm just going to be going off the audio as opposed to looking for visual cues.
Oh, okay. So one card pull on the algae bloom in southern Australia. All right. So we're going to reveal our card after 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh dear. Oh
yes.
This is tricky, isn't it? All right, Lena, do you want to kick us off?
Well, I think the Hierophant representing government has failed yet again to act big enough and quick enough and thoroughly enough. You know, it's just, I don't think it's enough.
Yes, very, very interesting. And Johnie, how do you interpret your card?
The King of Wands is the king of regeneration as well. And so it will come back again. It will dissipate, but it will come back again. This happens in Florida with the red tide all the time. Yeah. But as you said, it is hot water over there, though. But the problem being something that happened will happen again.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And David, how do you interpret your card?
Queen of Cups now interesting because there is water under her feet. I think they're going to try and find ways to contain it, which, could factor into what Lena was saying. They may not be able to get rid of it, but maybe they can minimize the damage and keep it to one section so it doesn't spread until they can address it at a later time.
Okay, yeah, that's a bit more helpful. Of course, look, I've got the very dramatic card that's come out. Always happens every deck pull, and we've got the 10 of Swords here, which talks about endings, but also as well, not only kind of death and endings, but a sense of betrayal. So there's something going on here. Was there something to do with also as well pollutants as well can also be a factor?
Absolutely.
Yeah, stuff like that. These algae blooms, and it's sad that it's happening in cold water, which does make it a little bit more unusual. But it's almost like, again, to kind of echo your cards, Lena, I think neglect.
Yeah.
Neglect. Yeah, there's an element of neglect here. It's not really, it's not good.
I mean, the ocean itself will keep regenerating long after we've shuffled off, So big picture it'll be all right, but for now, it's bad.
Indeed. All right. So are we ready for the next question? Yeah. All right. So this is going to be another 1-card pull. And this is a question about Netanyahu this time. Very simple question. And this is coming from Manuela Orchid. And I forgot to read out. Did I read out the name? Oh, yeah, nicknames I did for the first one. So Manuela Orchid asks, Dear Hoagie and everybody, my question for today would be, if Netanyahu will receive his karma this year. Thank you. Much love, Manuela. So, very straightforward question. 1-card pull.
Netanyahu.
Oh, God. Dreadful person.
I think someone commented that Trump sees Netanyahu more than he sees Melania. I love that.
Yes. I think there's a lot of truth in that. We all know she hates her husband. Not that she's any angel, but she certainly hates her husband. That's for sure. Netanyahu. Normally when I pull, I often get the High Priestess for him. Let's see what comes out in our deck. All right. So Netanyahu, karma, accountability, all of this stuff. After 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Right. Now, this time, let's start with Johnie. I'm going to do we'll go back and round.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Johnie, how do you interpret your card?
I would say that you can see some peace eventually, but also be aware of what you believe karma to be. May not be what you want it to be, because we don't control the hand of karma. We just have to kind of sit back and watch. And so there will be some peace, but beware. Don't be upset. Don't be disappointed when you don't see him burst into flames in the middle of the street, because you think that's what his karma is. He may be on earth to do a specific thing, and he's doing that specific thing.
Yes, very philosophical. David, how do you interpret your card?
I got the Two of Swords. We're at a crossroads, a decision point, and I had the Magician underneath it. So as a little primer, it's like, what's that mean? I think it means to me that Netanyahu has a choice. He can do things to address the karma now, or somebody may come in and address it for him. It's kind of like you can volunteer or you can be voluntold. Which path do you want to go down?
Interesting. Wow. Lena, how do you interpret your card?
Well, I hope I'm not looking at it through rose-coloured glasses, but to me, remember, before October 7th, there were big protests against Netanyahu, big protests. And I think it has this vibe. So I'm doing a hopeful yes.
And what I've got here is I've got the Five of Wands, which we know is just a classic card for internal strife and conflict. There is no agreement. This also shows as well that we need to also remember as well, there's not agreement and consensus within Israel either. There are a lot of people that are against what is happening, of course, in Gaza and everything like that. So it shows that there is conflict, division, battle. They want to get rid of Netanyahu, but he's using the war wagon and these old tribal tropes to kind of keep people on his side. Like they say, if you're ever going to be overthrown, what does every dictator do? Start a war. I mean, look what Duck L'Orange did with his squeaky wheels tank rubbish parade. Yeah, he attacked, Iran. I mean, do you remember the and the guy holding the drone? Do you remember? Oh, you should have seen his face, like a slap tart, as we say in the UK. Dreadful. So he literally, did something with Iran to kind of get himself back at the behest of Netanyahu, most likely. But there's conflict. There is. So we'll see. I hope so. I can't see how much longer this can carry on, particularly if Duck L'Orange falls from power. I just want to say a few quick thank yous as well. So Teresa, thank you so much for your kind donation. Much appreciated. We have Teresa here, says, hello, all my favorite readers. You are the bomb. And then someone here has said, Libby says, Three of Swords. So if you're pulling with us, do let us know in the comments what cards you are getting. All right. Are we ready for the next question? Yep. All right. So let's go now to question number 3. And now we're going to be talking about Tulsi Gabbard and the Obama treason. Oh, you know what? We've got to do a Shakespeare on her as well, actually.
Yeah.
Have to do a Shakespeare on her. Just came to me. All right. So Denise Ferguson says, in a presser, Trump spoke about Tulsi Gabbard being hot while praising her for uncovering proof President Obama committed treason and other crimes in 2016. This guy is deranged, isn't it? Like this Duck L'Orange. Anyway, Gabbard has submitted documentation to the Justice Department for review. So that's Bondi in there, isn't it? What direction will they take? So let's read on the energy of this. Is this going anywhere? Will this have any mileage? Tulsi Gabbard, Obama treason. One card pull.
Let's see.
I think it's gone as far as it needs to. Like, I can take a lot of stuff from a lot of people, but like this is the point where I think I had enough of all of that. To where you need to bury the Epstein file under something, and this is what you're trying to do, is beyond annoying.
And it's just so ridiculous. It's just so
the distractions are getting weirder and weaker.
Yes.
You know, in the sense.
Yeah, it's really, really creaking. So
you're gonna use the clown card.
Oh gosh, yeah, on the back. So after 3, let's see, will this go anywhere? 1, 2, 3. Right, and this time we're going to start with David. So David, how do you interpret your card?
High Priestess, keeper of secrets, keeper of knowledge. There's a lot more that she knows than she's revealing, and it's like, and I had the 10 of Wands underneath that, so it kind of clues me in. She's being asked to do something impossible because no matter what she says, there's going to be counter programming or counter information to undermine what she's got going on. So basically, she's outing herself as Trump's personal lawyer rather than somebody representing the rule of law for the people of the United States.
Yeah, Pam Bondi. Wow. Johnie, how do you interpret your card?
The Knight of Pentacles is one of the best because they know how to do things right. But one thing that is sort of on the negative side with the Knight of Pentacles is what they need here is the ability to drag your feet. I just need to pull something out and then drag it on and on and on. That way you look at this and not that.
Yes. Lena.
Look at this. they are tying themselves in knots. Look away, look away. Look at me, I can do this. I need say no more. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. It's literally, it's the contortionist, isn't it?
It's the contortionist.
It's the contortionist. And this, it just exemplifies everything that they're doing. Here, I've got the King of Pentacles, which in a way is pretty obvious as well. The rich and the powerful do not want full disclosure on the Epstein files, because it's not just Duck L'Orange. This is just talking about these kind of powerful oligarch types in general, and obviously powerful people within the government as well, whose names are all over this. So yeah, they're literally tying each other themselves in knots, trying to slow everything down. And with Johnny's card, and then David with the High Priestess, it's all the machinations and all the stuff behind the scenes. It's just outrageous, isn't it? Gosh.
Yes. And in the comments here, someone says, Tulsi said Iran didn't have nuclear weapons and wasn't close to it. So now she has to pay the price. She has to prove her loyalty now.
So you're saying another American president bombed the Middle East for no reason, is what you're saying. Great. Up to speed.
Makes sense. And someone said, John Welburn said, I pulled the devil. Yeah. Gosh, I'm sure that card will be coming out a few times. Let's do Shakespeare on Tulsi Gabbard. I wasn't planning this, but I just thought don't think we've ever pulled on her. So I've got basically Johnny and David earmarked for some Shakespeare later on. So on this one, Lena, it's going to be ladies first on this, and then it will be Johnny, and then it will be David on the ones to come. So let's get the card's opinion on Tulsi Gabbard. Improv this, wasn't planning it.
Ready, stop.
Ooh, let's see here. It's really quite straightforward, really. This one actually it's quite subtle. Okay, I'll read both pages here. On one, I don't even know how to say that. This one is Henry V, and it says, "Avant, you cullions." Whatever that means.
What is, but I'm sure it's not good.
Which I think is just like, get out, you scourge, or some kind of thing. And then the next one is Hamlet. It says, "One may smile and be a villain."
One can.
So it's kind of, I think that's Tulsi Gabbard, because she knows, trying to tell the truth about Iran. And you're right, that comment I think is, is it you, Johnie, that said that? I think she is being punished. It's a loyalty test. Loyalty test. Gosh.
Because they're pleased with themselves for right now, but that's kind of how the Tower card in the tarot goes, is you are very pleased with your creation until it falls down. Or until it's knocked down.
Yes.
And then it's public in front of everybody, and then we all get to point and laugh.
That's a good point. Very good point. Very good point. So let's see. So that was Tulsi Gabbard with a foolishness and a loyalty test and the eating her own you-know-what to prove loyalty, because Trump is all about humiliation. Right, here we are. Are we ready for question 4?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So, gents, this is when the two of you are going to be getting involved now on the Shakespeare. So this is an MTG and Moses Mike question. So this has come in from Lisa P. She says, "Hi, everyone. Will MTG get to make, will MTG, Marjorie Taylor Greene, try to get Moses Mike recalled and removed over closing Congress early to avoid voting in regard to the Ghislaine Maxwell subpoena?" Is that still going ahead, actually, this closing early, or did it get scuppered?
No, I think it's happening, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
They did close early. Johnson announced today that he's sending Congress home on Thursday, a day early.
So they can't vote on.
Yes. And Marjorie Taylor Greene has had her knives out for Johnson for a year with the budget stuff. So
yeah. Oh my God.
Let's see what comes up. So we'll do a 1-card pull, and then we're going to do Shakespeare on Mike Johnson, and then Shakespeare on Marjorie Taylor Greene. All right. God, it's just, it's so nakedly obvious. I just don't know how these people are able to get away with this. It's beyond parody, beyond Monty Python. We need to invent new words. It's true, isn't it? We need to invent new words. All right. So Marjorie Taylor Greene, Mike Johnson. Will she be able to do something? Dig the knife. Let's have a look. All right. Are we all ready? Okay. After 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, so David went first last time. So Lena, it circles back round to you.
Knight of Wands. I think this looks like the big bad butch MTG.
Yeah,
not MTG in a singlet with a sledgehammer. Okay.
She looks like she could bench press dump trucks, that's for sure.
I think so.
Wow. She's out for him. Yeah? Is that your read, Lena? Yeah?
That's my read.
What else do you need to say?
Johnie, how do you
no, she's more focused on bills and things of that nature. Or she's going to keep talking about it, basically. But that's kind of what she does for right now.
And what's your card? Is it the Page of Pentacles?
Page of Pentacles.
Interessante. David, how do you interpret your card?
I got it's close to time. It's not time yet. She's definitely disappointed with his performance as a leader. I have a Queen of Wands underneath it, which is telling me that she is going to take action on how she wants to do it, whether she goes for revenge or some other path. We'll see what self-control she manages to show.
Wow. Well. And I get an interesting card here for MTG. Get the Six of Cups, which is, we know, classically the card of nostalgia or naivety, wanting to return back to nicer times and stuff like that. And I think in many ways this really does describe, not in that sweet sense of what Marjorie Taylor Greene is about, but she has this idea of this idyll, this kind of time when America was so amazing and perfect and all this kind of stuff. And I think that she has strong opinions of what that past should be, what she's nostalgic for. But I think she's decided that Mike Johnson is not it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that she wants, Mike Johnson is not it. And to a certain extent, she's right. Not that I'm going to, defend MTG, but he's a nasty piece of work, isn't he? He's just, slimy.
Yes.
All right. So let's do some Shakespeare now on Mike Johnson and MTG. So, gents, I'll let you guys choose between yourself. Which one of you wants to do Mike Johnson or MTG?
Neither, but MTG, I'll do that one if you want.
You'll do MTG. All right. So, David, this is going to be the Bard on Mike Johnson, and you know the routine now. I'll close my eyes and I'll flick through the book, and wherever you tell me to stop is what the Bard's opinion is of Mike Johnson.
Right there.
Yeah, was that a stop?
That was a stop.
Yeah. Oh, this is really interesting. Okay, so this is from The Merchant of Venice. So the Bard says about Mike Johnson, the motions of his spirit are as dull as night.
Ooh, and they are.
The motions of his spirit are as dull as night. And I find that quite interesting because he's always putting himself across as this spiritual kind of enlightened being in a way, but he's just saying no. And then on the other page it says, it's from Hamlet, it says, take you me for a sponge. So it's kind of like, you think I'm stupid? Like, we can all see through it.
No backbone, invertebrates,
Yeah.
Exactly.
filter feeder. Yeah, I think you've described them well.
Yeah, take you me for a sponge. Yeah, it's just, yeah. But
if you have to tell everybody you're spiritual, then you're probably not.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, so this time, Johnny, we're going to get the Bard's opinion on Marjorie Taylor Greene, which we've not done for a while. He called her a bed presser last time. Let's just see.
Pressure's on. Okay. Stop there.
Lady Macbeth. Come on, Lady Macbeth.
Yeah.
Go, Lady Macbeth.
Oh, this is quite interesting. This is really quite interesting. Okay, so this is coming in from The Winter's Tale, and it says, if I prove honey-mouthed, let my tongue blister.
Ooh. Does that mean if she says something nice about anyone, she'll die?
Potty mouth is usually sweet words, like you're trying to win somebody over, but it's a lie.
This is like, if I proved honey mouth, let my tongue blister. So it's almost like, it's like she can't say anything good or sweet. Do you know what I mean? There has to be rancor, there has to be bitterness in there. You know, she can't give a straight up compliment on something. It's always caveated. And then on the other page it said, if thou this is from Macbeth, if thou speakest false upon the next tree, shalt thou hang alive till famine cling thee.
Ooh.
And I think we got that for Ivanka once upon a time. But yeah, interesting that, isn't it?
Yes. And in the comments, Sharon says that she bench presses Trump's tanks, squeaky tanks.
She could wrestle a gorilla, that woman. Like when she kind of comes down, she's like, "Oh, I'm so dainty and fair." We're like, "Rubbish, rubbish."
She probably has a big caveman face.
Honestly, I would put money on her in the fight. I really would. So let's have a little scroll through as well and see who else is joining us here. Just read through. Let's see here. So Shannon is saying, "Hello all. Cowardly Congress took its break early to avoid doing their duty in releasing the Epstein files." They were actually, I think someone brought forward a motion, wasn't it? They managed to sneak one through, and then Moses Mike discovered it and was like, "Oh my God, we can't have this," because it actually got the votes. Is that correct? It actually got a bit of backing, and it's just naked corruption. Someone's saying here, Wildheart is saying Obama has the same immunity as Trumpty.
Yes, exactly.
Indeed. And then Patricia was just repeating the question for us, asking where is this going. And then Lilith is saying 45 will do anything to get off the hook. I mean, it's just absolutely desperate, isn't it? So let's move now to question number 5. This is a 1-card pull, but then we're going to have full card pulls after this. Yeah, full card pulls after this. And this is an Epstein question. So this is coming from Cheryl Renee, and she says, "Love and light to you, Lena, and the magnificent male mystics." She always comes. She's got brilliant words. And it's a very simple question. She says, "Was Jeffrey Epstein working for Mossad?" Which is the, for those that may not know, it's the intelligence sort of spy division of the government. And then I've put here as a note, the Times of Israel news, because I did a little bit of research. Times of Israel newspaper denies it, of course. And then, but Tucker Carlson pushes. So this is interesting. So let's do a 1-card pull. And let's see if there's anything behind this. Did Epstein work for Mossad? And the arguments are like, well, how did he go from being a humble teacher to one of the richest and most powerful men in the world in very short time?
Correction, I don't think he was even qualified as a teacher.
Really? Gosh. And I think they said he was dismissed from his first role as a teacher, surprise, surprise, for issues with the young students. Oh, surprise, surprise.
Patterns. Intrepid Viewer says, "A great name for an indie rock band would be Lena and the Male Mystics."
That's a good one, actually. Yeah, that would be a good one. Yeah, that would be a good one. All right. After 3.
Epstein Mossad.
Yeah, Epstein Mossad. 1, 2, 3. Oh, so now we're Johnie, aren't we? Because we keep looping around. So, Johnie, how do you interpret your card?
I would say yes. This is the man of business. He went not just from being, humble to rich, but connected as well to everybody. You have to know a network of people in order to get that kind of influence. So I would say yes.
We got the same card, John.
Wow. David, so how do you interpret your card?
This is an interesting one because when I took lessons from Dr. Lena, she told me the card underneath it was the High Priestess is the most Jewish card in there.
Yes.
Secrets, agencies, making money, doing work, getting paid for it. Yes, yes, and hell yes. I wouldn't have said that before the reading, but these cards say yes. They're screaming it.
Screaming it. Yeah. Lena, how do you interpret your card, which is the same as Johnny's?
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's just this, because he was connected, thanks to Ghislaine, Mossad has not let those connections go unused. So I don't think he was an agent in the sense of wearing the trench coat and talking in code. It was simply he had access to all these people and dropped them information from time to time.
Wow. Wow. And it's so interesting as well with your card, David, because when I pull that card, particularly when I'm reading politically and when I read questions on Netanyahu, so often I will get the high priestess for him. And yeah, and she's literally, she's, look at the book she's holding, it's the Torah. If we look here, I get the King of Wands. And isn't it interesting what this is saying? Because we've got Johnie and Lena who have both pulled, what was it, the King of Pentacles, yeah, and I've got the King of Wands, and then David has got the Eight of Pentacles. So there's three kings that have shown up here, which of course this is talking about his power and his influence. It's like he was a king of that ring and all of that kind of stuff going on. It shows as well how many powerful men he knew as well. Why? Think of all of the cards in the deck, and three of us have pulled out kings, and two of the kings are of the same suit. And then we've got the Eight of Pentacles showing the hard work. I've got the King of Wands. Wands, as you guys know, I associate wands with entrepreneurship, but particularly the King of Wands for me is the quintessential businessman. Yeah. So I think this is very much his connections to wealthy people, businessman. He did work in finance and did well in finance, but he's got this entrepreneurial flair, and there's been money going backwards and forwards and this, that, but to answer the question, I would say yes, categorically yes as well. I think he was working for Mossad. Obviously, they're not going to admit it.
Yeah.
I think he was.
And also Ghislaine Maxwell's father, the hideous Bob Maxwell, who was Rupert Murdoch before Murdoch was around, was Jewish as well as Epstein. So there's lots of connections. There's every reason why Mossad would want to say, look, here's our phone number. Keep in touch.
Yeah. It's proving useful, isn't it? It's proving useful. Imagine all the juiciness that they have, as well as Russia as well. Gosh, it's all coming up, isn't it? Pluto in Capricorn, everyone. Remember that. I said this would happen. Pluto in Capricorn, it's all coming up. Okay, are we ready for the next question?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, perfect. I'm just going to say some quick thank yous as well. So, gosh, thank you so much. BJ, I know who you are. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Elvira. Thank you, Foggy. Of course. And Foggy again. Colbert show last night. Humpty Dumpty, all the King's horse and all King's men couldn't hide who Trump with his friend. Yes. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Foggy. It's all coming out. It's all coming out. All right, so guys, this is our first full card pull of the night. We've got two back-to-back because I just think sometimes something is so consequential we need more cards on it. So we've got more time to breathe on this one. And we've also got we've got 2,226 of you here with us right now. So thank you so much for joining us. Please be sure as well to like and subscribe and share. Be much appreciated. All right. So this is coming from G. Corland. I think that's how I say it. Yeah, G. Corland or Carland. And he says, good evening. Last week, the DOJ fired Maureen Comey, the main prosecutor in the Epstein cases. In her place, Todd Blanche, the DOJ's deputy AG, appears to want to meet with Ghislaine Maxwell, allegedly as an attempt to uncover other co-conspirators. Will this blatant attempt at quid pro quo succeed in whitewashing Trump's involvement with Epstein? Yeah. So full card pull. Yeah.
Okay. How do we distill that?
I think let's just look at what are the motivations of the DOJ talking to Ghislaine Maxwell. Do you know what I mean? Energy. Yeah. What's their motivation? We know they're corrupt, but let's tease that out. Yeah. Motivation. Especially as there's allegations that Pam Bondi's brother is also in there.
And didn't one of Epstein's lawyers just die?
Yes.
Yes.
Roy Black, I believe is his name.
Yeah, no. Dodgy as you know what. All right. DOJ with Maxwell. DOJ Maxwell. DOJ Maxwell. Oh, God, it just makes you cringe. Okay, who's ready to go first?
I'm not yet.
I am. Mine are pretty obvious.
All right, go for it, David.
And underneath it all, we have the Five of Wands. So messaging and moving things quickly. Four of Swords is the signifying card on this one. They want to find out what she knows, and they want to keep it quiet. Why do I say they want to keep it quiet? We have a Five of Swords center underneath it. Winner takes all. We want to know everything you know, and then we want to know your secrets, and we will give you whatever you want to find out everything you know, and they want you to shut up about it. We will do the messaging.
Wow. And just for the those that are listening, David, would you mind telling us what your cards were that you?
Oh, sure. And I just put the Four of Swords was a signifier card. I have center underneath it is the Five of Swords, and then on either side I had the good Lord, now I've forgotten. The Moon card, which is the card of secrets, and
Moon.
What else do I have? I'm too far over now. I'm sorry about that. I didn't.
Not to worry.
No.
Not to worry. Let's go, Johnie, then Lena. So, Johnie, what do you have if you're ready?
First card, Four of Cups. So there is coerced cooperation, if you ask me. You don't really have a choice with the Four of Cups. It's part of your life, whether you like it or not, type of thing. There's the Page of Swords and the Knight of Swords. So here we have some lies and gossip, that type of thing, trying to control the narrative, because the Knight of Swords is chaotic. And some people like chaos, so it's not necessarily a bad word, but the Knight of Swords is chaotic. And they're trying to control that part, control the narrative. Three of Pentacles be on our side. The Five of Cups, there's some loss and some grief, kind of crying over the spilled milk type of thing. The Magician is also here, so manipulation of some sort, trying to control the narrative. The warning card, though, is the Chariot. Chariot is also a card of teamwork, but you have to get everything on the same. You have to get everything on the same page. Here's the problem, though, for the orange one, is you can send people out in the field to go and control that narrative, but those people also know something about you. Therefore, you must also either control them with some sort of fear or threat, or always have somebody out there that knows your secrets. And he is not the best when it comes to foresight, because he turned on Michael Cohen, who knew all his secrets. And now Ghislaine Maxwell knows something about you too. That's the person you should be propping her up on a silk pillow. But at this time, they're not. So beware. But it ends in the Four of Wands. And so they're trying to protect the White House.
Oh, stop it. Look, I've got...
That was a cracker of a question, because all the forces came into...
Lena, how do you interpret your
well,
even though 2/3 of them have already been pulled by Donald?
Absolutely, like racing to get on top of this story. Right. Excuse me, not heartache as much as heart attack material, right? They're really worried about this. There's a lot of behind the scenes manipulation with each other, excuse me, of the heavyweights trying to do this. They want to move the story on, but in this case, they want to control it. The Chariot often is about moving forward with subconscious control, and I'm thinking, no, they really want to run the show. Then, like David, also got the Moon card, mysterious and nefarious dealings, but this is the key card. Ghislaine, behave, because we don't want to sacrifice. Okay, I'm just saying.
Yeah. And also as well, Lena, something that's just leapt out to me, it's the Hanged Man. And isn't that what they say that Epstein did for entertainment?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Oh, well, first of all, guys, as you've seen how spirit works. We are 4 different tarot readers, literally in different parts of the world or different parts of America, and we've
in 3 countries.
Each other's cards. It's so we're really onto something here. Spirit is really kind of speaking quite clearly. What I've got for Ghislaine, but it's not really for Ghislaine. I think this is also to do with the DOJ. To be honest, if we look here. We've got the Fool card. Now we know that this can be actually quite a sophisticated card, believe it or not. It's not just foolishness. It's the beginning of a journey. It's embarking on something new. And in a way, it's almost like these Epstein files and everything like that. Although it's already been out there, we know some senior executives somewhere have decided that this story is not going to be dropped. And here you can see this is in many ways, this is talking about the foolhardiness and the hubris, because this card can be quite hubristic as well, of Trump, but also as well, all of those associated and all these fools that have partaken in these parties. And now they're worried about falling off the cliff. Because this could really end Trump's administration. Like if this keeps going on, Ghislaine knows so much. I think it is so much worse than we already think it is already. So this could be a cliff ending, coming off a cliff. And the DOJ knows it. Look at this here. In the obstacle position, we got the 5 of Cups. So there's a lot of grief, there's a lot of heartache. Let's not forget the victims as well. It's so easy to overlook them. All of these, girls were trafficked and everything. And who knows, there could even be some boys in there as well. That could be even more, adding even more to it. But look, we see here, this, I think this is also talking about Trump to an extent, but also the problem that the DOJ has to try and cover this. Just in case we weren't sure what it was about, we get the 4 of Wands, which of course many of us associate with the White House now. Yeah. So here we can see the White House, even though this is a celebratory card, but in politics, I see this as the White House. So they're in the flap. Look what they're trying to do. Knight of Swords. They want to kill this. They want to end this as in many ways as they can. They've been ringing up have you been hearing? They've been ringing up the sort of far-right podcasters, trying to get them on side, etc. This is a move of aggression. This does mean as well that Ghislaine is under threat. Yep, she's certainly under threat with that. But then the outcome card is the 6 of Pentacles. And here we've got the wealthy merchant, here. They're going to have to pay, if they're going to make this go away, which I'm not sure they'll be able to. And particularly as I had that big psychic dream about Trump's demise, they're going to have to pay a lot of money. They may even have to pay a lot of compensation as well behind the scenes. So I think Ghislaine is in a little bit of a trouble, but I think the bigger trouble is really the White House. And they're desperate. Trump is desperate to move things on. Anything to add to that, folks?
A shout out to Libby here. Good to see you, Libby.
Lovely. And I just want to say a thank you to Fizzlers. Very kind of you. Oh, what's this? What did you say? Did Mossad take Epstein out? Love you all. And then Rosalind says Rupert has anointed J.D. Vance, who has been told what dirt Rupert has on Trump. Thank you for mentioning that. you guys will remember, do you remember I did readings and I said Trump's biggest enemy is J.D. Vance? Apparently, he went to the Wall Street Journal and was, and now we see it's coordinated. All right, so
they don't need him anymore. He's won the election, and so now they don't need him anymore.
Yeah. But I also think. Sorry, go on.
No, go on, Lena.
Well, I think with J.D. Vance meeting the Murdochs, I think it's an audition. I don't know that it's in the bag.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm not convinced that he's got it. I think they want him to do that, and he's seeing the potential. J.D. Vance is seeing the potential of working with them, but they need to decide if that's the direction they want to go, if this guy's going to be effective in doing what they want him to do.
So we'll see what's happening.
How strong his puppet strings are. I mean, he's got the sharpest dagger because he's second in line.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, slip and fall, and now you're not. And so,
yeah, because that's the thing, isn't it? With all of them is, talk about a poison chalice. Out.
The thing is, though, with Chucky, with old J.D. Vance, he is just dry. He does not have Duck LaRonge's voodoo. He just doesn't. He just doesn't have Trump's voodoo. He can't seduce and bamboozle. He just doesn't have that dark kind of thing. So
yeah, and also the biracial children, MAGA hate that. Right. But,
and bear in mind, they don't need MAGA. They just need influence in order to get their agenda. MAGA is the distraction.
You're right.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
But we will see there's a fairly big chance, and it's bigger every day, he'll end up there in a temporary capacity. Yeah. Right. But don't they have to, like happened with Kamala, they then have to have an election and a bloodletting within the party who is going forward, and whether he'd survive that.
No. He can't win an election on his own.
Oh no. But then he's also in bed as well with Peter Thiel and Elon, and oh gosh, he's even worse. And this is the thing. You just think, God, okay, if Trump leaves this mortal earth or they get rid of him, the replacement is even worse than the original. It's just my goodness. So
I go as far as to say, I'm actually doing a video later today. I must remember to read on this. It's how does Murdoch feel about Peter Thiel? Okay. I think that's what it comes down to, because J.D. Vance is Thiel's guy. Interesting.
Yeah. All right. So we've got last question. This is another full card pull, so you really get into spread your wings here, folks. And this is coming from Azealia Lala, it says here. All right. And they say, I'm looking forward to the show. Questions. Were Epstein and Trump in the sex trafficking business together? Is there a money trail to prove this? Thanks. So just to give an answer to that, the answer is yes. And the money has already been, it's 1.1 billion and 4,000 transactions and stuff. So that's come out. But I thought we should do a full card pull, and I'll put here yes. But let's look at what else could possibly be exposed. What else are we actually going to find out?
Interesting.
An interesting question. So we do a full card pull each on that, and that will close the show. Ooh, my gosh, I had something fall out. Oh. I just looked at the card that has fallen out. Wow. Wow.
Oh, God.
Whose turn is it to read next? Well, I'll see. Well, whoever's ready to go.
I'm not.
I think, Dave, you were ready first last time, weren't you? But who's ready now?
I just get power and money. The 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, Magician.
Yeah.
The Fool and the 5 of Wands. So there is also possibly something to do with political opponents, but this is around the world somewhere else. So there could be the influence of Donald Trump in someone's election, but it has to do with Epstein as well. And so maybe that's an Israel thing. I don't know, but I just get power and money. Magician, 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles.
Wow. Wow. All right. Who's ready to go next? Lena, you ready to go next?
I can. Yes.
Go for it.
Well, this spread is bookended by 2 big cards, and I'll actually save them for the end. The nitty-gritty with this is how the money that changed hands, because we forget about it in a sense. This isn't normal prostitution. It's not like people flew on Lolita Express and paid money at the thing. It's not like that, you know. This is much bigger money that was converted and exported in and out, import, export of big finance. I think this is from the bribes, not the sex trafficking per se, right? The bribes are where the money was. The blackmailing, I mean. The blackmailing is where the money was, King of Pentacles. But is there more to the story, and what will it be? This is a global tale. It's a global tale. It doesn't stop on the foreshore of Florida. You know, it really doesn't. This isn't. It's major. Heads of state, plural. Saudi princes. It's got everybody in there. Big, big, big.
Wow.
So we're going to hear more, and it's going to be more the international stuff now, I think, to sum that up.
Wow. Wow. David, how do you interpret your card?
My foundation, I have the Lover's card as the foundation. And yeah, sorry, thank you. Because of Lena's things, I had to mark up my cards. I think this goes beyond. I got the take 2, cue David action. The Lover's card and the Hierophant. I see big organizations, governments, and religion. This is almost like the rise of Christian nationalism and governments sort of going with that to control people. Religion's not everybody's cup of tea, so you have the governments in there, and working on a plan and fighting to keep that forward. I hate to use the term like Illuminati or something along those lines, but it's like you have a group of people, was it The Godfather 3, that were acting as a shadow government outside of the government. And it's like, one story I heard was Putin starting wars in Africa to cause mass migration so that they would end up going to Europe to raise fears, and then you start raising fears about not having enough resources for those folks, which causes states to close their borders and become more isolationistic, so that Putin can now take countries one at a time. And so there's this coordination and using religion as the cudgel to make sure it gets through to people to put fear in people.
Wow. My goodness. All right, let me just say a few more thank yous. My goodness. I just want to say thank you to Mariana. Thank you so much. And thank you to Pet Jeremiah. Okay. Oh, so I was shuffling, and this is why I was like, oh my goodness, this card that's come out. And then I find David gets the same bloody card. So straight away when I said the church
Church.
The next thing we're going to find out is, and again, for entertainment purposes only, we are going to find there are significant people potentially in the church involved in this as well.
Yeah.
Now imagine it's bad enough that it's Duck L'Orange, but imagine if Duck L'Orange was there at these exploitation parties with all the TV evangelists as well. This is also telling me as well, remember as well, some of the biggest sponsors and writers of Project 2025 are part of the Opus Dei crowd. Yeah. And then this can also just talk about wider governments in general. So it's like wider governments, senior peoples in governments, and the church as well in all of this. So it's like, oh my God. So I think that card alone, and that fell out, that's devastating as it is already. If we look here, it's like they can't stop the momentum now. How are they going to stop this momentum? Because even half of the died in the war, MAGA, even half of them are waking up, which now means the majority of people in the world are switched on to this, because they're the rusted on. If the rusted on are waking up, then we know there's issues. So this is showing there's a lot of momentum here. They're trying to get ahead of the story, but I'm not sure if they can. Just in case we weren't sure, look at this, the Two of Wands. The man, entrepreneurial, again, imports, exports, holding the world in his hands. This is a global trade. This has been sanctioned at the most senior levels. This is why Epstein was so influential, and why when we pulled cards for him, 3 out of 4 of us got kings for him. It's showing like these almost like heads of state, very powerful people. The emotions are, of course, are high. In a way, this is also confirming the supposition. This is almost like a yes card. But then look, we have the Queen of Cups, as we know, which can deal with a sensitive, creative woman. But look, the point here is that she's got the lid on her jar. I think these are a lot of the women that were trafficked who are now, or a lot of the girls that are trafficked that are now women. And maybe they will now have the confidence to take the lid off and come back either with their revelations or with new ones that don't even know about. And then the outcome card is, look, the Hanged Man for this administration. I think they're feeling quite paralyzed, but it's not just that, it's a new perspective. MAGA is getting a new perspective, but there may be a new global perspective on this whole industry, sordid industry. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Anything to add to that, folks, before we close?
No, that was fun.
Yeah. Gosh. Went in a flash, so I hope you enjoyed the show, everyone. So next week, Lena, things will be back to normal. But are you away next week, Lena?
No, I'm away next week, and Sheila's back on.
Yeah. So it would be, so that's...
We're mixing up the lineup now.
Mixing it up. And on August 7th, we're going to have Dave from Moonrider on as guest as well. So thank you so much. And then we're going to have Susan Lynn as well at some point as well in August as well. So thanks so much, everyone here, for joining us. Please, of course, like and subscribe and share. Thank you for everything and supporting the show. Much appreciated.
And thank you for those donations. There's also Tabia and Blind Squirrel. Thanks so much.
Oh, right. Yes. So here we are. Let's say Blind Squirrel, thank you so much. Tabia, thank you so much. Tabia. And Azalea, thank you so much as well. So we will leave it there, folks. Let's top her off for now. Wow, quite a show, eh? All right. Goodbye for now, folks. See you all soon. Cheers.
Cheers.